The Power Rangers are no match for me, the Incredible Green Ranger.
This is most disconcerting.
You'll flip for the special, all-new Mighty Morphin miniseries.
The Rangers need your help, Zordon.
Elba, look out.
Zordon will be lost forever. And the Power Rangers will be no match for my mighty Dragon Sword.
We need dinosaur power now!
You won't believe your eyes. Be here when the amazing, all-new Mighty Morphin Power Ranger miniseries continues tomorrow through Saturday on Fox.
Good afternoon and welcome to episode number 8 of Trax Reviews TV. I'm Alex Vanover from the Trax Network, and joined today, we have a very special and wonderful surprise. The 80s slasher librarian is back in the house. He's here. He's in the head of the Megazord. He's ready and he's willing to break down this very important and very pivotal episode of the Power Rangers from 1993, Green with Evil, Part 4.
This is probably the most iconic of the 5. No, not really. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. It's getting 3 wasn't great and 4 is equally not as great.
It's like why do we have to stretch this out in 5 episodes? Like seriously, like they could have done this in a 2-parter. Like for real, 2-parter done over with.
You know, one thing I've noticed since we've been covering this miniseries, it's like, I don't want to give away anything in this episode, but I've just noticed that like whenever things are looking the worst for the Power Rangers in any given battle, they just end up back in the headquarters. Like they never end up getting finished off. How does that happen?
Right. They those who fight and run away live to run away another day, or fight another day. No,
we'll get into that, but like in this specific episode, I don't understand how they run away. Like they're dead in this specific situation. All right, Josh, this episode, the original air date was October 8th, 1993. So probably a Thursday or a Friday. So Josh and I were in grade school, probably had some hot lunch, maybe. We were both poor kids. I know I did for sure.
Yeah.
And I was probably trying to get through to 215 or 245, depending on what grade I was. So I was probably 4th or 5th grade. So probably 245 was my exit time from the old Bangor school.
I'll tell you what, if it's Thursday, that was hamburger day at my school.
Oh,
soybean burgers.
Wait a minute. You had hamburger day on Thursday and then you went into pizza day on Friday?
Oh yeah.
Damn. Dude, my school had like pocket sandwiches. Do you remember pocket sandwiches before pizza pockets? So they just put random crap. It wasn't pizza at all. It was just like whatever they had left over.
Like stroganoff or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Gross. This is a total segue, but my favorite school lunch in grade school was they had this mashed potato thing and they would put pieces of like chicken or turkey giblets or whatever and cover it with like a light gravy and you'd get a big fat roll.
That was, okay. I think I remember something like that. I remember every time it was nasty food, like the worst stuff, that's the day we would get like the wheat cinnamon roll, which was amazing. You remember the dark cinnamon rolls?
Yeah, I do.
Those were great.
They're like, we know today's lunch sucks, so we're going to try to like make up for it with this amazing cinnamon roll.
Man, those things were awesome, those giant cinnamon rolls. And we have this store around here called the Chicken Store, where it's like they just sell nothing but different types of frozen chicken, but they also sell school pizza.
Really?
You can buy sheets of school pizza. Yes.
Oh, geez, Louise. Speaking of school pizza, there was a lady. This is a little here's a little sneak peek of the upcoming news episode Josh and I are going to record next week. A school lunch lady, Josh, just made recent national news headlines because she was arrested for embezzling $1.5 million worth of school chicken wings.
Oh, wow. What was she going to do with them?
I think when COVID was happening and there was no school, she was like in charge of ordering the food.
Yeah.
So she was like ordering the wings for herself and to like sell on the black chicken wing street market.
I look forward to discussing that story. I got some things to say about that.
Breaking Bad, but not with the blue, but with chicken wings.
It's breaking bad.
Breaking bark, 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 bark. Jesse, wait. I need some methylamine to make these wings, Jesse. And his brother-in-law shows up. He's investigating the cafeteria, and he's checking out to see if there's any like beakers or anything missing, any sheet pans or
no.
hot sauce.
And he has to rush to the bathroom, and he goes in there and he's looking for something to read, and he finds like a documentary on Colonel Sanders, you know.
No, he finds a book about Buffalo, New York.
And it's like and there's a quote from somebody he'd been investigating before saying, you know, something whatever that would be hilarious. It's like finger licking good. My other favorite Colonel Sanders, you know.
You were my favorite pupil, my favorite chicken wing superstar.
Oh my god.
all my best. Hey, so air date October 8th, 1993. My ass is running home as fast as I can. I'm gonna make 2 peanut butter sandwiches in the toaster. I'm gonna have my Aunt Dorothy talk about how I'm eating too much and gaining weight too fast. And I'm gonna turn on the Power Rangers, Josh.
Yes.
This episode was once again directed by a friend of the channel, your friend and mine, Robert Hughes. And in case you haven't seen the previous episodes, /Alex, Robert Hughes has directed episodes of like adult themed, like Showtime shows, and he also won an Emmy for a cat dog episode. And he worked on like VR Troopers and whatnot. But Josh, in my research today, I wanted to find some more stuff about Robert Hughes, okay? He directed a film that we should cover on /Tracks.
Okay.
He directed a film that has a 14% audience score and no score critically on Rotten Tomatoes. It's called Memorial Valley Massacre. And here's the rundown. I'm going to read it to you.
Well, 1 second. Are you sure the 14% wasn't the audience score, but like how much they actually got of an audience in the theaters? They filled in 14% of the chairs.
You're assuming a lot here, Josh. You're assuming it got a theatrical release.
Oh, good point.
And then we're also assuming that 14% seems like a very large number, because I went to see Lisa Frankenstein, and the only 2 people and that was a good movie. I really enjoyed that movie. The only 2 people in the theater for Lisa Frankenstein were me and Mother Evil.
Oh, wow.
That's it. We had the whole movie theater to ourselves.
Was Nicole there?
Mother Evil was there, yeah.
No, Nicole didn't go with you and Mother Evil? Okay.
No, Nicole did, you ding dong. She's Mother Evil. Spoiler alert.
Kayfabe, dude. Kayfabe.
Jim Cornette hops into the Megazord and starts cussing us out for breaking kayfabe. God damn it! You just ruined /Tracks. Don't you have any respect for the business?
Hey, you know what? I'm not going to say why, but I am finally officially not a Hulkamaniac. But go ahead. He finally did something that went too far. But go ahead.
News. Spoiler alert. Does it have anything to do with a Republican rally?
Maybe.
Okay. Spoiler. We'll talk about that on the news episode coming out next weekend too. All right, here's the rundown of Memorial Valley Massacre, because I know if you came here to see a Green with Evil breakdown, you wanted to hear about this.
The horror movie stuff, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Arriving at the newly opened Memorial Valley Park on its maiden weekend, the very first group of campers are terrorized by a primitive young hermit who begins killing campers in order to defend what he considers to be his territory.
Sorry, a primitive young hermit. You know, it's the origin story of this primitive hermit.
It sounds like a cross between Friday the 13th and Yogi Bear's Christmas.
It sounds like a sitcom, like an 80s sitcom thing, you know. He was a young primitive hermit. They were going to summer camp.
I saw the picture or the thumbnail for that movie, and I think it shows the killer right on the poster, and he looks like one of the cavemen from the Geico commercials.
Well, he is a primitive young hermit, Alex. Of course he does. Speaking of those cavemen had a sitcom too for 5 episodes before it got canceled.
Hey, who scared you more, the cavemen or the Duracell battery or the Energizer? Was it the Duracell battery family? Do you remember that too?
Oh God, they were creepy. Yeah, I think they scared me more. They scared me more.
Terrifying.
I
Josh,
live in Arkansas, so I'm surrounded by people like the cavemen constantly. So I'm used to it.
hey, Josh, got a sponsor today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we are actually sponsored by the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toy line.
Wow.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
should like give them some airplay using some like really kickback retro bumper stuff.
yeah. And it's crazy that Haim Saban actually contacted us at /tracks2020@gmail.com, like you guys could at home if you want to sponsor a future episode. Josh, can we go to the show sponsor today?
Yep. Let's after these messages.
All right.
When even Megazord isn't powerful enough, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers summon Dragonzord and Titannus, the motorized carrier Zord. They morph with Megazord to form the ultimate battle machine, Ultrazord.
Say, who's watching where we're going?
Huh? Not me, I'm not.
Uh-oh.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, too hot to handle.
Back to the show.
What figure do you want, Josh?
The I always when I was a kid, I always wanted the Ultra Megazord completely, like the Dragon Zord, Titanus, and the Megazord. But by the time I got into Power Rangers, they were already putting out like the Thunder Zord stuff. So I ended up with like Thunder and Ninja. I never had the original, but my son has like a collection of a bunch of the like Megazords from back then, even from Samurai and Space, Lightspeed Rescue. So
Really?
I get to play with those sometimes. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
The Dragon Zord, I still want it to this day, but it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard to find it complete and working. There's like always something wrong with it. And his dragon tail, like the tip of the tail is like always missing.
Yep.
It's
We don't
just
have
one of those,
that.
yeah, it's just one of those things that breaks off really easily. Um, so no further delay. Let's break down this very important episode in the miniseries, Josh.
Well, what toy would you get?
Oh, a Dragon Zord for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
But what I did have, I actually still to this day have them. The head flippers. I had all 6.
Oh yeah, those were
So
great.
yeah, those were kind of like not super expensive as a kid. So those were the kind of my option. The ones that we wanted, Josh and I wanted / Alex, were like Christmas items. Those were very expensive.
I had the power chamber where you could put the head flippers on this thing and like slide them down and it would like pop, make a morph.
Yes,
And
I never had that.
when Power Rangers the movie came out, I remember taking a screwdriver and like having Ivan Ooze. I had a big Ivan Ooze figure, had him attack it, and then I like took all the pieces of the power chamber apart and like played like he destroyed it, and then I had to put it all
Yeah.
back together again. It was fun.
That dude, half the fun of having stuff like that is what you did right there, like kind of creating your own storylines.
Yeah,
Like you were
yeah.
basically writing your own episode in your bedroom.
Oh yeah, I had a stole one time and like turned the light, like took the light bulbs out because Lord Zed and Rita had blocked out the sun. So had a lot of fun with that. That was last week. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, Lord Zed and Rita blocked out the sun so they could have a private alone time and not have Finster, see what's going on because they got married. Remember?
Yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
got married.
Oh yeah.
Didn't Rita pull a Triple H on Lord Zed? Like,
Yes.
because Triple H like roofied Stephanie McMahon, but like Rita cast a spell on Lord Zed to make
Yeah.
him fall in love with her, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Kind of the same deal. Both against their will, right? Lord Zed got me too'd.
He sure did.
He
Sure.
did. He did. All right. So we start the episode, Josh. Goldar is absolutely destroying town. He's pulling another Bret Hart screw job situation. He's destroying town. The Rangers cannot morph, Josh.
They have a power failure, a massive power failure.
Yeah, the interdimensional power surge. They can't morph. There's no computer. There's no Zordon. It is essentially, Josh, bloodline rules.
And then they ask Alpha what's going on, and he's like, nothing, there's nothing I can do, and they keep talking behind his back, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, great! Now I've lost Zordon or something." But all I could think was like playing Nintendo as a kid with my siblings. It's like Alpha's like, "Oh, great! Look what you made me do." Now I've lost Zordon. It seemed like he was like just bitchy, really bitchy in that scene.
So Alpha's bitching. Now we go back to the smoke-filled love nest of Goldar. Green Ranger is still there, Josh, and he is training alone like a psychopath, even harder than he was when we left him.
Oh yeah, a lot of he-yahs and k-yahs.
Yeah, dude, a lot of evil laughs, a lot of very fast, full-on, 100% movements. He is ready to destroy the Power Rangers.
Did you catch Finster being all mouthy with Rita leading into the scene with Tommy in there? Like,
no,
she was talking about her plan, and Finster's like, "And I suppose you'll want to use the Green Ranger instead of one of my monsters."
he's talking like a scorned ex-lover. I suppose you want to sleep with Green Ranger then, huh? Instead of old Finster.
Well, yeah, when I made him grow, did you see that massive Green Ranger package? We'll get there.
Go Power Ranger. It's Morphin time. He says that in the bedroom. Okay, so Billy fixes the computer.
Well,
and
you're getting ahead of yourself. You're missing a very big point here. Before they fix it, the Rangers are like doing their little, because they have to make sure every scene, every Ranger gets to say something, and they're all sitting around like, "I can't believe we're stuck here, and things are just going from bad to worse."
Mm-hmm.
And
including our acting.
Yeah, and Alpha's like, "I wish there was something I could do." And it's like, so I could get rid of you little whiny bitches, It's like, but yeah, okay, they fix it. Just, so Billy, I wonder if I do this. Hey, it works.
He's literally just twisting wires. It's like he's hot wiring a car. He fixes the computer and the morphing grid in like less than 2 minutes.
And Alpha asks him, like, tries to ask him what he's doing, and Zach pretty much grabs Alpha by the shoulder and is like, "Shut up, Alpha. Billy's working." It's like, leave him alone.
So after Zach's a dick to Alpha, because Alpha was being a little bitch, they morph and they head out to fight. Okay, so they're gonna go fight Goldar.
And they tell Alpha to keep looking for Zordon, because Alpha's just gonna sit around doing nothing unless they tell him to, keep looking for. No shit, go fight.
See you later. Yeah, I was the one who helped create the White Ranger later on, and I also helped Zordon handpick you guys.
Yeah, I know what I'm
doing. Yeah. Okay, so they think they're just fighting Goldar, but Scorpina shows up again.
Rockpina.
And Goldar is still huge and just rocking Angel Grove. And also they have Scorpina there, but now just like an ass load of putties are there too. So this is like Avengers Infinity War. Like, Rita's unleashing everything.
Yeah, except for the giant face in the sky guy. That's later, I think. But everything with the giant Japanese guy's head. You remember that, don't you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, somebody brought that up in the comments too on a past episode. There's an episode where it's like this sorcerer or something that Rita unleashes, and it's just a giant Japanese guy with his face painted. His head's in the sky. The Zords fight it. Like, I don't know how it works, but it's a real thing.
It sounds like you're describing a Nintendo Contra alien villain.
Right? Like, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave you alone so you can tell everybody the evil, sinister plan that's at the core of what Rita's doing here.
Well, hold on there. Zordon shows up, okay?
Oh,
he
yeah.
shows up for a second, and he gives Alpha his coordinates, right? Now, as he gets his coordinates, Zordon's kind of fading in and out again. We go to the juice bar. We go to the teen center or whatever. The juice bar is collapsing, Josh. It is literally gonna turn into rubble. Bulk refuses to leave until he finishes his bowl of ice cream.
Well, of course, man. It's expensive on a teenager.
It is expensive, but he's literally like choosing ice cream over his own safety.
Give me ice cream and give me death, apparently. So
they're playing the Bulk and Skull music while the teen center is collapsing.
They are, and And all these people are running out of the building whenever Bulk and Skull decide that the fastest way out of there is taking the juice bar bus.
Yeah.
And they just leave all these people behind. They don't even try to offer people to get in.
Also, when did Bulk and Skull get a CDL? Like, don't you need something to drive something that big?
You got to be trained to drive it for sure.
Yeah.
And the keys are just, and why does the juice bar have a freaking bus?
They must have, dude, they're so busy that they have to have a full-size Greyhound bus to be able to pick up the clientele that can't actually walk there or drive there themselves.
Apparently so. That's a lot of people. That's a big bus.
Yeah. That's a very successful and thriving youth center.
Put yourself in the writing room because they're taking Japanese footage and trying to make it work. And they're like, so what do we do here to get this bus involved that is going to get picked up by Goldar later? Well, why don't we just say the juice bar has its own Greyhound bus and I don't know, Bulk and Skull are driving it, you know?
Why not? Why not? So after they get in the bus and the juice bar is collapsing because of the big battle, the Green Ranger shows back up in the headquarters, okay? And he takes out Alpha 5. So he shuts Alpha 5 down again. Now, we already covered Skull driving the bus.
Whoa.
Green Ranger, go ahead.
He gave Alpha a robot wedgie, is what he did. He there's this little disc on his back waistband, Alpha's, that if you take it out, it shuts him down. Very flawed design, by the way. Just a little disc thing. But Rita's orders, and I'm surprised you didn't catch this, which you might have. I don't know. I can't read your mind that great. Tells the Green Ranger, it's time, Green Ranger, go and get those Rangers. Like there's like this 10-second pause there, and it reminded me of You've Got Me, Mad Now, with our guy. Yeah.
Hey, Jumpin' Jeff?
Yeah, Jumpin' Jeff. Yeah.
Jumpin' Jeff, is that you?
Whoa.
Is that you?
Yep. You got me mad now.
See, you got him mad now. You got me mad now. Great.
Dude, you signed him to that contract. It's for the Slash Trax network, you know, a couple months ago, 2-3 months ago, and you haven't used him a lot lately.
He's getting paid, I think.
He's just sitting back there and catering. He's not pleased.
Every time we ask a question, he's like, oh, I'm up. No, okay. No.
Hey. Can we ask Tony the Spider what he thinks about this episode?
Sure. What do you think, Tony?
If you people only knew.
That guy is always a smartass every time. I don't even know why we even talk to him, man. Every time.
He's friends with freaking Jumpin' Jeff. He's like his +1. Yeah.
Tag team.
The tag team of jobbers. They never win. They're always putting someone on the
Be right back.
Hey, Power Ranger fans, join the official Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan club where every member gets lots of cool stuff, some you can't get anywhere else.
To join, all you need to do is send in 5 proofs of purchase from the Green Ranger miniseries plus $3 shipping and handling.
Or if you don't have all 5, send in $14.95 plus $3 shipping and handling along with your name, address, and age to
Official Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan club, P.O. Box 3159, Burbank, California 91508.
Remember, your membership is free with 5 proofs of purchase from the Green Ranger miniseries.
Join up today and don't miss out on this more phenomenal chance of a lifetime.
Back to the show.
Okay, so Green Ranger just took out Alpha by giving him a wedgie. He proceeds to talk major-ish to Zordon. He's just running his mouth to Zordon the whole time. And he sends Zordon to another dimension. So he reprograms Zordon because Zordon's almost back.
Dimension X.
He's with Krang and freaking General Trag. He sends Zordon to Dimension X.
You know, he's talking crap to Zordon, and meanwhile, Rita was telling Jason just out of the blue, Jason, you're a fool, or Goldar does. And it was just for no reason, you know, they're just in their stances and everything, and all of a sudden you're a fool, Jason. It's like, that's really personal, man.
Rude. Very rude.
There's 5 of us here, dude.
Yeah. He singled him out.
And people running are going to be like, wait, one of the Rangers' names is Jason.
Oh, you're right. That's interesting that you said that.
Yeah, I thought they kept their secrets, even though they're
Could it
villains.
be that one guy who wears red all the time at the youth center and is extremely athletic and knows martial arts and actually teaches classes?
And
Could
his
it be
name is
him?
Jason?
His name is
Yeah.
Jason. Okay, so Goldar puts the bus with Bulk and Skull on the beach. So they went from wherever they were driving, all of a sudden they're on the beach, like on a cliff.
That was their evil plan. She even said it.
Yeah, so she puts them on a cliff in the bus, and she like instructs, or Goldar instructs all the putties to push this beach or push this bus off of the cliff. Say that 3 times fast. So Rita and Goldar are basically trying to kill Bulk and Skull.
Squat and Babu are up there with like logs helping the putties trying to push
They're
it
trying
off.
to kill Bulk and Skull.
Yeah,
Like,
they're going to
real.
murder them.
Yeah,
like...
they are going to murder them. So Green Ranger attempted to murder people earlier in this miniseries. Now Bulk and Skull are going to get murdered too by the putties.
I can just see when I was watching it, Goldar's holding the bus before he puts it on the thing, and he goes, "And I've got a couple of your friends here," and I can just see the Ranger like, "Oh no, they've got civilians," and they're like, "I believe you call them Bulk and Skull." I was sitting there thinking like, "Oh no, they're assholes. Go ahead, you're good."
Yeah.
Wait, what? What?
They give us crap constantly. We have no interest in saving them. That's fine. Touche. Alpha traps Tommy in a force field, which is the picture right behind you.
But Tommy shut him down. What did he have? Like plot armor that just resets him?
Yeah, he does, because his backup system repowered up. Now Alpha's back, baby. Just like a WWE Hulk Hogan comeback, Alpha is shaking his finger at the Green Ranger. What you gonna do, Tommy, when Alpha 5 runs wild on you?
It's not gonna work for me, brother.
No jobby. No job, Alpha 5. Not putting you over. Okay, so the Rangers call for Dinozord power, and the Megazord arrives, Josh.
With a fury. Yeah. But somebody has done a really shitty job, getting their solar power cells charged, because once the eclipse starts, like there's no either that or their storage cells or solar storage system is like just really shitty, like really shitty.
I didn't even know that the Megazord ran on solar power. Did you?
Not until this random eclipse pops up.
Yeah, exactly. I had no idea.
It's like Superman.
Until it fit nicely into the plot. So they call for Dinozord power. The Megazord arrives. The bus is pushed over the cliff. It starts to fall. And Josh, the Megazord catches it in midair just in time.
Let's go to that clip.
Yeah, can we go to that clip?
Sector activated.
Psychotic, murderous, bloodthirsty putties. But what realistically would have just happened when the Zord catches the bus?
So they're not buckled in, and they're like in the front of the bus, huddling up, right? So, or the back. I can't remember if it was the front or the back. As soon as the Megazord catches that bus, physics is going to jump in, right? Gravity is going to take action.
Yeah.
Bulk and Skull are going to fly physically and violently from whatever end of the bus they are to the other end, and they're dead.
And
they're dead.
And you know what? That's appropriate, because it's kind of crazy. The scenes that we see of them inside the bus when they're on the ledge, it keeps going back and forth to them. It's almost like they're going through the 5 stages of grief. Like at first it's like denial, and fear, and they're like screaming, ah. And by the time we're done going to them, the last time we see them before they're pushed off, it's like, we're going over, Skull. We're going over, Bulk. Like acceptance.
I kind of thought we were gonna have like a romantic moment here. Like I almost thought that Skull was gonna like finally like, Bulk, like I love you, and like give him a big old kiss. Like, you didn't get that vibe at all?
You know what? Now that I think of it, they were pretty. They were like hugged up and stuff. So yeah, yeah.
Bulky, bulky, give me a smoochie before we die.
There's not going to be another
Goldar's
chance to tell you how I feel.
Rita, it's me, Goldar. I told you if they thought they were really gonna die, they'd smooch. You owe me $10.
$10 moon.
You owe me money. All right. So bus fails, they should be dead. Rita's eclipse begins, Josh,
Yes.
and takes the Megazord power away. So the not fully, but it's like 25%.
Horrible stored cells, horrible solar cells. Yeah.
Yeah. The Megazord charger is almost worse than like an old iPhone charger. Like,
yeah,
you
no
can
backup.
barely, yeah, can't charge this thing unless you like put it in very specifically or set a book on top of it.
Yeah, their
The Megazord
backup.
is screwed.
Yeah, their backup power cells literally last like 2 minutes. It's like, what's the point of the solar cells storing power if it's not doing it? So,
well, if Billy can fix the morphine grid and the computer in 2 minutes, he can fix this in 2 minutes, Josh.
yeah, you think so?
All right. Megazord's powering down. The backup system is failing. Rita decides at this moment to make Scorpina grow. And Scorpina doesn't just grow. She turns into like a giant scorpion monster.
Finally.
Yeah. So she's not hot anymore. She's like a giant scorpion. Okay?
And again, when she showed up as a rock, by the way. It's like Rock Pina, but yeah.
Jason calls out for the power sword because they need help bad. Okay. Yeah. We go to Tommy. Okay.
In the force field.
He's in the force field. This is peak evil Tommy. He cannot stop talking shit or maniacally laughing. It's like every other word is him running his mouth to Zordon, or every other thing is him maniacally laughing loudly in Zordon's face.
And somehow, folks, Rita and Goldar somehow have known this whole time that the Green Ranger has been stuck in a force field, because Goldar out on the battlefield while Tommy's talking shit to Zordon is like, maybe we should break the Green Ranger out now. And she does. And somehow Green Ranger knows it's about to happen because he mouths off about that, right? Like,
why did she leave him in the force field to begin with?
I don't know.
She could have just taken him out.
Talk to Mr. Hughes, the director.
Yeah, he was too busy writing the sequel to his hit horror movie in 1988.
Yeah, because this time
these plot points.
It was going to be a more seasoned, primitive hermit instead of a young one. You know, a little more experienced primitive hermit.
So Rita releases the Green Ranger, just like you said. The Ranger is, and he decides she makes the Green Ranger grow, Josh. And how does she do that?
She, just like any other villain, instead of getting the Dragon Zord involved, she just literally throws her wand down and Tommy grows. And, you know, the Rangers are at a you know, they're not going to be very much on the offensive here, because they're all like steady staring at this giant Green Ranger bulge, you know, right there in the tights in front of them. You know, the girls are like, in I think that's Tommy.
Yeah, Kimberly almost like faints because she can like feel his Green Rangerness, you know, in all of its gigantic glory, right?
Rita, when you made him grow, his clothes ripped. He's just a giant dangling dong.
Well, you know what's crazy about the Green Ranger? His penis was actually a black belt as well.
A power penis.
Yeah, he had a black belt in the Kama Sutra.
He can fly. He helicopters up above him.
Yeah, his penis was actually so big that it was JDF's walking partner at the Angel Grove High School graduation. That was his walking partner, his own penis. And when he goes skydiving in the movie, his penis is so large that he's actually tandem skydiving with his own penis.
Gives a whole new meaning to Amy Jo Johnson.
Amy Jo loves Johnson. Okay. So they couldn't handle the Green Ranger in the first episode when he's normal sized. Okay. He is now fully gigantic Green Ranger. We got a full Scorpina monster. We've got a full Goldar, who we've established is her best warrior, right?
Yeah.
And their Zord, the power is failing. That's it. This is game over.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Hell of a back bump coming up from the Zord.
Yeah, flat back bump. So they're done. They're probably done. The gates of hell, Josh, like the actual physical gates of hell appear to open, and the Megazord falls in. The Rangers are unmorphed.
Yep.
And they're out of the Megazord. Like the Megazord's in hell now. The three giants are there still. They've went nowhere. They're unmorphed. The Rangers are unmorphed. This is it. This is it. This is the end of the show.
The end.
This is the end of the series. Kill them, Rita. Kill them right now. This is game over. You won. You did it.
What's so funny is they're standing there looking down at, oh no, our Zords, they were somehow like a part of us. And like Trini's like, and now they're gone, and puts her hands on her hips. But then all of a sudden, Rita, it cuts to her. She's like, I've killed the Zords. And she's looking down. And I'm like, wait, is she like right next to them looking down? And are they like, ah? Rita's right there.
she's like on a cloud like an angel watching everything. You know what I was thinking when this is going down and she's like puppeteering all this stuff? How come she doesn't just join in the battle too and really finish them off?
Put some rocket launchers on her tricycle, you know, the thing
dude.
that she. But hey,
ridiculous.
We get to end the whole thing before the build up for the final episode by the Rangers staring into the viewing globe and revealing the identity of the Green Ranger.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna bulk. So they go back to the headquarters though, Josh, right after this. How are they not murdered? How did they get there?
They could have just been stepped on. How did they teleport? Yeah.
I don't understand. So they're back at the headquarters. I don't know why they're not killed. This is game over. Alpha asks Billy what the percentage of bringing Zordon back, and Billy immediately, no hesitation, 10%. It's 10%. That's the number. He did the math that quick.
Just that quick. Yep.
Intergalactic Dimension X Power Ranger headquarters math right there. And Josh, like you said, the computer reveals who the Green Ranger actually is. And the image is like really pixelated at first.
Yeah.
And it's starting to like download, So he's like they have a 56K modem, apparently. And it's like, it's pixelating, And it looks like when Josh and I used to try to download adult images off of like LimeWire. And the picture shows up, Josh. And who is it?
Skull. No, it's Tommy. Spoiler alert.
Tommy.
But while it's doing this, before we even see the pixelated version that's spinning, which is good that at some point they got him to stand on a spinning thing, but they're all like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Is that really him? And then they look and it's not even clear yet. It hasn't even pixelated down. But yes, we end it with it being Tommy. One episode to go. But they're done. I don't even know how there's another episode, honestly.
No Zords, no Zordon. Tommy just used the world's largest batch of Viagra. Excuse me, Slashaholics. My throat is like bad today. It's done. Scorpina's a monster. Goldar is in rare form. He's working everybody over. Putties are killing people. They're trying to kill people.
Finster's grown a backbone where he's getting mouthy with Rita, and she's
even Squat and Babu are like not taking any shit this episode.
And they were trying to kill Bulk and Skull too. So
exactly. Josh, so let's get into the last little part of the episode. The Green Ranger's presentation in this episode. What are your thoughts?
It was fun just hearing him do his and stuff. So, Academy Award winning stuff here from Jason Frank. In the opening credits, it's Jason Frank. It's not Jason David Frank yet. He hadn't turned into a Jason David yet. So
not a lot of Green Ranger in this episode. He's just basically training a little bit, doing his katas in the Goldar's Love Palace. and then he's stuck in the force field and he's just talking crap to Zordon. There's not a lot of Green Ranger in this Green Ranger episode 4 miniseries.
And he's metaphorically and literally a giant dick in this episode at different parts. So
Austin St. John's like, I told you he's a dick. Also, okay, so
Jealous.
let's rate the episode. Let's rate the episode and explain why you rated it that way. So on a scale of 1 to 4, LimeWire viruses that were inserted into Alpha's back, 4 being the best, 1 being the worst. What do you give this episode?
Not giant dongs. We're going with viruses. Okay. I'm going to give it a 2 because I was entertained. It took me back to childhood, but this miniseries could have been wrapped up in 2-3 episodes. Like they really, really stretched out the footage. Yeah. So 2. I'm going to go with 2.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Josh 100%. I'm also giving it a 2. Not a lot of Green Ranger. A lot of the a lot of holes in the plot in this episode. I really have to I have to suspend belief here because at the end of this episode, how did the Power Rangers get back to the headquarters? They're dead. Rita has won. This is over. This is over.
Bulk and Skull drove him there in the bus.
Yeah. Would they find some flubber from Robin Williams and put it on the bottom of the bus and fly him to the freaking headquarters? Where's the rad bug, by the way? Is that how they got there?
Maybe so. Maybe so. They went and got the rad bug.
Okay. No, they're dead. Those 3 monsters would have just stepped on them. They're dead.
Yeah.
I just a lot of stuff. I had to suspend belief a lot. Definitely my least favorite of the miniseries, but you know what? Still a solid episode. I love the Power Rangers, love the Green Ranger. Still had a lot of fun.
Yes.
I laughed a lot this episode.
I did too. Yes.
Yeah, I had fun. Josh, do you want to do the channel business and then maybe highlight what we're going to do in the future coming up?
Yeah, be sure to send us an email. I dropped my phone. /tracks2020@gmail.com. If you want to donate to the channel, all the information's in the description and pinned comment. You can do it through Patreon, also on the screen. Patreon.com/80slasherlibrarian. You can donate through PayPal, Cash App. Like I said, it's all in the description and pinned comments. We really depend on viewers like you to keep the channels funded. Check out the main channel as well, the 80 Slasher Librarian, /Tracks Network with the 80 Slasher Librarian. Always a lot of stuff going on there. We're going to have a podcast next week. The news podcast, another He-Man review by Alex here on this channel. And the season 4 premiere of /Tracks, the Rift show, is coming up with the Bride of Chucky. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Get better, William. We're rooting for you. William Pattison, Master Evil, in the hospital at the moment. So our thoughts are with you. Yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. Be excellent to each other. And remember, the sun never sets on those who ride into it. Say goodnight, Alex.
Good night, Alex. Mahalo, dogs.
May the power protect you.